What is going on, everybody? It's your boy. I'm back again with another reaction video. All right. This is about Ellen. Oh, there's a lot of stories going on. So we're gonna react to this called Top 10 Ellen Moments That Did Not Age Well. We're gonna find out and see what did not age well. I don't know, but we're gonna find out and see. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe if you want. And follow me on Instagram. I have a lot of reactions going on. You better go and check it out. We no further ado. Let's go.
I told everyone in our first meeting that the Ellen DeGeneres show would be a place of happiness. Obviously, something changed, and I'm disappointed to learn that this has not been the case.
That's what I said when I saw it. Oh.
Ellen DeGeneres and her show have been getting exposed recently for all sorts of stuff. It's kind of hard to remember it all.
But people are also looking back into old clips from her show and discovering that there were plenty of times we saw Ellen for who she really
Almost everybody have been exposed. Almost everybody. Some with no reason though.
was, but we just didn't really notice it at the time.
And that's why today on the channel, we are going to be telling you about the top 10 Ellen moments that didn't
Ellen
age
moments.
well. No.
Hey, what's
Okay.
up everyone? It's your favorite duo, Mackenzie and Charlotte, back at it again to spill some more tea like we always do. This time some more piping tea on some more old Ellen clips that are now resurfacing.
But as always, before we get into the video, make sure you go down
Let's see.
below, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and follow our Instagram so you never miss a thing. And also, if you want to see more top 10s like this, we've got some juicy playlists that you should definitely check out. You can click that up at the top of the screen. Starting off this list, we have this awkward moment with Sofia Vergara. And looking back at it
Sofia
now,
Vergara.
it's kind of cringy. And I would know, I'm the queen of cringe. Basically, in the clip, you can see multiple times that Ellen has made jokes about Sofia's accent and even hinting at the fact that she's bad at speaking English. In one clip, saying that since she's been doing a Spanish word of the day, she wants to help Sofia with her English and teach her an English word. And what makes it worse is Sofia did not look amused and subtly clapped back by saying, "I know English very well," under her breath. But even though it makes Sofia visibly uncomfortable, Ellen still brings it up a lot. With Ellen then making a joke in front of the Modern Family cast, saying that even though she's been on the show for 10 years, her accent keeps getting worse. Then adding that you can hardly understand her anymore. As we all know, it's kind of crappy to make fun of someone for their accent, and just a really low blow in general. And it's even worse now seeing how uncomfortable it made Sofia at the time.
And at number 9, mocked fan gifts. Another super questionable moment was when Ellen decided she was going to do a segment where her fans would submit their terrible Christmas gifts and Ellen would comment on it. And since the fans would have been sending in gifts that they knew would be made fun of, this is all in good fun. But the problem is that not everyone who was included knew that they were going to be on the list of bad gifts. And Ellen, I guess, decided to include a bad gift of her own. But sadly, it was a piece of art that was drawn by a fan, with a picture being of Ellen and her wife Portia, and when Ellen picks it up and the audience gives it the classic "aw" because of how sweet the gesture was, Ellen kind of shuts it down and jokes that when she first saw it, she thought of it more of a disappointing ugh instead of an endearing one. Then joking that the portrait was the 10th one the person had painted and it took 10 tries to get it right. Then, if you weren't sure if she was making fun of the painting or not, she decided to make a joke about how their hair was woven together in the photo, then talk about how she was gonna give it to Ryan Seacrest and Kelly Ripa because it looked a lot more like them.
Ouch. At number 8, we have the mocked translator. Next up, we have this scene where Ellen had a young Asian boy on her show and was asking him about his love of guitar, but he did not speak English fluently, so there was a translator that came with him on the show. So after Ellen asked the boy what more he wanted to learn, the translator translated it into his language. But after it sounded like she was saying way more than Ellen had just asked, Ellen cut off the translator, saying that she only needed to ask him the one sentence, basically hinting that she was saying too much, which I'm sure she was just trying to give him more context so he could answer the question more appropriately. But then
Well, but did she really understand what she was saying?
when they get in a small debate over what a fingerstyle guitar means, Ellen gets a little sassy when she asks the girl to ask him what he means instead of assuming.
And at number 7, embarrassing fan photos. This is another one that is very questionable. In this segment, Ellen decides to surprise her audience by showing some of their most embarrassing Facebook pictures to the whole world. When Ellen calls out the guest, they look shocked and horrified as they are asked to stand up and explain whatever crazy picture that Ellen has of them on screen. Many of the pictures are the type that could get you in trouble at work, with a lot of them showing drinking or nudity or both. And you can tell that a lot of people are incredibly uncomfortable that everyone can now see their dirty laundry like this. And when I first saw this, I thought there's no way that they couldn't know this was happening.
Is that necessary? Is that it's not compulsory, man. If somebody, if somebody don't want to show the picture, that's no need of
happening,
showing
right?
it.
Because they would have had to give Ellen their Facebook profiles. But this is just a little theory. I'm assuming that what happened is that the guests offered up their Facebook profiles for some other reason. But then the show ended up using their profile to dig up these embarrassing photos instead of using it for the purpose they were supposed to. I don't know about you guys, but I would have literally broke down crying if the world were to see some of my embarrassing Facebook photos. Some of them are real bad.
At number 6 on the list, we have Jessica Simpson. This next one was really uncomfortable and honestly kind of hard to watch. In 2017, Ellen did an interview with Jessica Simpson. And although Jessica does seem a tad more ditzy than usual and messing up some numbers, Ellen tries to make it a bit. And then Ellen makes Jessica the butt of the joke, at one point joking after she asks Jessica how long it's been since she was in the music business, saying, well, we know you're not good with numbers because you don't even know how long you've been married. And she spends most of the interview being pretty condescending towards Jessica.
Oh, that's a low blow, bro. That's
After the episode aired, many people started to speculate that Jessica might have been intoxicated during this interview based on how she was acting, with Jessica later revealing in 2020 that her Ellen interview was a weak moment for her and that she was struggling with alcohol issues at the time. Jessica added that she can't even bring herself to watch the interview now.
Halfway through number 5, Viola Davis. This next one came from an interview Ellen did with Viola Davis. Viola had just won an Emmy at the time and was explaining the importance of that win to her. And Ellen asked her about her speech at the Emmys. And Viola then went into a long story about how what she said was actually a Harriet Tubman quote. And she loved how perfect it was for that moment because of how progressive the quote is. And after Ellen let her explain, they both started joking around how they were both thankful it was a quote so Viola couldn't get into any trouble for what she said. But then people thought it was pretty disrespectful when Ellen said that she thought that she was drunk when she was first giving the speech, which some people thought was mitigating the power of the words that Viola was literally just speaking about to just being a drunk rant.
At number 4, we have Priyanka Chopra. As you would know if you saw the Dakota Johnson interview, Ellen loves calling people out for things that they actually don't deserve to be called out for. So Ellen had Priyanka Chopra on her show right after she got married to Nick Jonas. Priyanka was joking about how she only had 200 people at the wedding, and it was a struggle to figure out who was close enough to the couple to come. Then Ellen started speaking about her relationship with Nick, saying that she had known him since he was a child, and then even saying that Ellen was his landlord for a bit. Then Ellen dropped a bombshell when she made a dig about being cut off from the wedding. And before she could even finish her sentence, Priyanka clapped back, saying that her and Nick were actually incredibly offended that Ellen did not even care to respond to their invite to their wedding. Then Ellen denied she was ever invited, while Priyanka continued that she was surprised Ellen would stand them up when she was so close to Nick. So it didn't seem like we ever got the real truth here, and there's potential that Priyanka was just joking, but if not, I'm so glad she clapped back.
And at number 3, Lady Gaga. This is another thing that was definitely really uncalled for, but I'm hoping was all in good fun, even though it definitely made Gaga very uncomfortable. Basically, Lady Gaga was going to be on the show for the first time in years to promote A Star Is Born, but literally as soon as the interview started, Ellen basically just berated her for not returning her text, saying how she had just texted her but never got a response. But when she reached out to Bradley, he got back to Ellen almost immediately. Then Gaga tried to end the situation by saying that she either didn't know what her number was or she blocked Ellen by accident. Then it was clear Ellen wasn't buying it, and she said that she always writes that it's her because she knows celebrities change their number.
How if she was not buying it.
Numbers often,
That's
with
no
it ending
problem.
by them both joking about how often they change their phone numbers and it awkwardly kind of ending there.
At number 2, we have Drew Barrymore. This next one was from an interview with Drew Barrymore, and if you didn't already know, Drew Barrymore was one of the most famous childhood stars of all time, and that's because of this. She dealt with a lot of substance abuse issues, with her getting checked into rehab before the age of 13. And this is all relevant because of the interview. In the interview, Ellen and Drew talk about Drew's 2 kids, and Drew gushes about how much she loves being a mom. Then when Ellen asks her what her daughter's age is, Drew replies 6. Ellen replied 6, so around the age you started drinking. And even though Drew seemed to take the joke very well and was upfront about the fact probably being true, it was still seen in really bad taste to most people since Drew had been so open about those issues in the past.
And taking the number 1 spot, we have this time an interview with Taylor Swift, when Ellen low-key shamed her for all the guys she had dated. The interview started with Ellen asking Taylor which guy that one of her songs was about. When Taylor said that she wasn't going to answer that, Ellen then gave her a bell to ring when the guy popped up on screen. So Ellen gave her the bell, and tons of guys started to show up on the screen, with some being guys that Taylor had dated, and with others being people she hardly talked to before. Again, making a joke out of the fact that Taylor is perceived to date every man in Hollywood. And even though Taylor looks really uncomfortable with it the whole time, Ellen never really lets up, and people think that Taylor was even tearing up near the end of the interview. Alrighty everyone, that's all for this list. Let me know what you're thinking below. Which moment do you think was the worst? And are there any that you thought could just be a misunderstanding?
But that was uncomfortable though. It was uncomfortable. That's a lot. But that's not the reason why people are just canceling Ellen right now. There's no need. Y'all should be going there canceling people for no reason, bro. Y'all need to deal with it. Y'all need to deal with it for real. There's no need. Let her be it. Just let her be it. There's no need of canceling people. I don't agree with that. So that's it. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, smash the like button, share my videos, or follow me on Instagram and subscribe to all my channels. You feel me? I have a lot of channels, a lot of reactions going on. Better go and check it out. All right, see y'all in the next video. Peace out.